All right, let's talk about motivation. For the next few minutes, we are going to completely tear down and rebuild how you think about getting fired up for your fitness goals. Let's jump right in.
Does this question sound familiar? Yeah, I thought so. If you've ever asked yourself this, you're in good company. It is the universal roadblock, right? It's that wall between wanting to see changes and actually, making them happen. We all get that first jolt of excitement, but then, poof, it's gone. So what's the real answer here?
You see, the problem was never your goal. It's where you've been looking for the energy to chase it. We've all been conditioned to search for motivation like it's some treasure we have to find, in a motivational video or an inspiring Instagram post. But that is a huge mistake. Okay, so this right here is the big shift in thinking. Most of us treat motivation like it's a feeling. It's fickle, it's unreliable, it totally depends on outside stuff. But what if we started treating it like a skill, something you build, something that's internal, always there, and permanent? That's exactly where we're going.
So our first principle is all about getting into action. It's about finally breaking that cycle of just waiting for the right time or the right mood that, let's be honest, almost never shows up.
So here it is, the very first drill in your new training program. And notice, it's not about adding something new. It's about removing something that's been destroying your progress. You have got to eliminate the habit of putting things off. Seriously, every single time you say, I'll do it later, you are literally making your motivational muscle weaker.
And listen, there's a powerful psychological reason this is so damaging. It's a little something called avoidance anxiety. When you put off a workout, it's not just you being lazy. You are actively training your brain, reinforcing this simple, really dangerous lesson that avoiding the hard thing feels better and safer than actually doing it. And this is the long-term price you pay. It's not about that one workout you missed. It's about the slow and steady erosion of your self-trust. Real, lasting motivation is built on one thing: believing you'll actually do what you say you're going to do. And procrastination is a direct attack on that foundation. So, if the first drill is to just stop delaying, the second drill is all about how to win that split-second battle that goes on in your head right in that critical moment of decision.
So inside your head, you've basically got these two competing systems. There's the fast, reactive part of your brain. It runs on pure impulse and feeling. That's the voice screaming, just skip it, you're tired. But then you have your slow, strategic system. It thinks about the consequences, it plays the long game. Weak motivation is simply what happens when you let that fast, impulsive voice win every time without a fight.
So how do you give your strategic brain a fighting chance? You practice a core technique, a kind of mental martial art. You have to master the pause. That little moment of hesitation right before you give in and quit, that's it. That's where the entire battle is won or lost.
And here's what that looks like in the real world. That impulse hits you, I'm just too tired. But instead of just nodding and heading for the couch, you stop. You pause. You just refuse to react for a second. In that little gap, you bring in your strategic brain. You actually think, okay, what's the consequence if I skip? How will I feel? And what's the reward if I go? Then you make a disciplined choice and you override that initial impulse. See? This isn't about having superhuman willpower, it's a trainable, strategic process.
Okay, so once you've mastered that pause, you need a reliable source of power to help you make the right choice. This brings us to drill number 3, which is all about where you're getting your fuel from.
Look, sustainable drive is not going to come from the likes on your progress pic or a pat on the back from a friend. That stuff is great, but it's temporary. It's like sugar. Real strength, the kind that drags you to the gym on a cold, rainy day, that has to be built from the inside out.
This comparison says it all, doesn't it? External validation is a total roller coaster. Your consistency goes up and down based on what other people think. But internal validation, that's built on self-trust and your own standards. It's rock solid. It couldn't care less if anyone is watching because you are your own source of approval. So once you're fueling up from your own internal power source, the next step is to sharpen your mental tools. Our last 2 habits here are about making sure you not only start strong, but you keep getting better for the long haul. Motivation absolutely dies when your attention is weak. I mean, think about it. If you're scrolling through your phone between sets or your mind is a million miles away, you're not really practicing the skill of motivation. You're just kind of going through the motions.
You have to treat your focus like a muscle, demanding that you stay present and engaged with every single rep. That's what turns a boring workout into a powerful act of building self-trust.
And finally, number 5, you have to be willing to adapt. Motivation takes a nosedive when you hit a plateau and you just keep banging your head against the same wall. If a plan stops working, you don't quit, you pivot. You have to embrace the discomfort of trying a new routine, a different approach, because seeing fresh progress is the ultimate fuel. True skill isn't being rigid, it's having the intelligence to know when to change course.
Okay, let's bring this all home. This was never about finding some magical source of energy outside yourself. It's about a deep, fundamental shift from looking for motivation to actively building it piece by piece as a skill.
So here they are again, your 5 core drills. Number 1, eliminate the habit of delaying. 2, master that pause before you quit. 3, build your strength from the inside. 4, demand sustained focus. And 5, embrace adaptation when things get stale.
So, if you remember one thing from all this, let it be this. Motivation isn't some kind of magic. It's the direct result of a disciplined mind. It's what happens when you finally decide to stop just reacting to how you feel and you start acting on your strategy.
And we'll end on this thought. The temptation is always to start this stuff tomorrow. But every time we say that, we're just reinforcing the very habits that kill our motivation in the first place. The time to start building these skills isn't later, it's right now. Because too late has a funny way of showing up way before you think you're ready.